If you've been keeping up with my channel, I recently talked about the Bikers Roundup that's coming to Memphis, Tennessee. But there's a couple of things that I forgot to actually mention during that video. So stay tuned, and we're going to talk about a couple of things that I just felt that's important that I forgot to mention during that video. So let's get started.
Goldwing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motovlogs.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Your boy Chris. I'm out on the Goldwing today, out on the previous generation Honda Goldwing, and it's actually a good morning for a ride. I'm showing 82 degrees on the air temp on my previous generation Honda Goldwing. Here lately, it's been really hot. It's been smoking hot. Now, I talked about the Bikers Roundup, and one of the things I forgot to mention was the weather. The weather that we get down here in Memphis. It gets really hot. I don't know if you guys keep up with the weather, but they say that this has been the hottest month on record. July has been the hottest month on record. So I just thank God this morning we got some cloud coverage. It's not too hot. It's 82 degrees out, but we got a little bit of cloud coverage this morning. Open up my vent, get a little airflow. Oh yeah, that's better. So one thing about Memphis, it gets hot. It doesn't get Texas hot, but it gets hot. So make sure that if you plan on riding your bike down to Memphis, or either if you're just here, some of you guys may trailer your bike down, and that's cool too. But when you're in this Memphis area, make sure that you are aware of these temperatures. Man, it gets smoking hot. Here lately, I mean, we've been having temps that feels like 100 plus. It's just been really hot. Here recently, I took a trip out to Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Phoenix was the hottest state I've ever ridden in. Up to this point. I know Texas is hot. You know, Texas, they get ugly face hot down in Texas. But when I was in Arizona here recently on a trip, man, it was hot. And all I could think about was Brother Cowboy's voice in my head saying, I ain't never coming back. It was just that hot out, man. But yeah, here in Memphis, it gets really hot. So just make sure when you guys you're down here, you're riding around, you're enjoying yourself, and you're having a good time, please note that it gets hot. And so you need to make sure that you prepare for that. You know, some of you guys are going to have on camel packs. You know, I haven't had an opportunity to purchase a camel pack. I've heard about them, but I've never actually used one, so I don't know much about them. If anybody out there is watching this video, what's your thought about these camel packs that you guys can put on your back and stay cool with that and have your liquids right there in your camel pack? I'm just out here trying to get the ride in, y'all, because it gets hot, man. And today's supposed to be another hot one. I think it's supposed to be hot all week. Upper 90s. You know, probably feel like it's above 100. That had to be the hottest place I've ever ridden, was Arizona. I don't know how they do it there in Phoenix. If anybody's watching my video in Phoenix, Arizona, be sure to drop a comment, let us know about your weather. And this was back in June. So they was hitting like 100 degrees back around the first week of June. Now here it is in July, and I'm sure it is really hot, really hot there in Arizona. I think I heard somebody say that it was getting over 110 degrees or something out there. I don't know. be sure to put it down in the comment section if you guys live in Phoenix, Arizona, or if you know about the Phoenix, Arizona weather. So I'm just out here trying to get it in, y'all, trying to stay cool. And also, when you're here for the roundup, I want you guys to be safe. I really do. I know some of you guys are going to be enjoying yourselves. That gives you an opportunity to ride your motorcycle. And, you know, some of you may only ride your motorcycle once a year. You may, you know, that may be the only time that you can travel is the roundup. But when you guys are here, when you're riding around Memphis, I want you to be safe. I want you to keep your head on a swivel, you know, because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We got a lot of people in this area, and they drive with reckless abandonment. You know, they drive like it's the last day on earth. I'm serious, man. So be careful. Be really, really careful when you're out in Memphis. And that's the thing about being on a motorcycle. You know, it's inherently dangerous anyway. So you got to be careful no matter where you're riding. But when you come to Memphis, you really need to be a defensive rider. I'm just going to be honest with you. You guys know I keep it real on my channel. And, you know, case in point, like I said, I recently took a trip out to the West Coast. If you guys didn't see the video of me going out to the West Coast, be sure to check my video library. Lots of videos on my ride out to the West Coast. I went out there in 2023. I also rode out in 2022. I can talk about that in a moment, but just a quick story. I rode all the way through Arkansas, Oklahoma, rode through Texas, rode through New Mexico, Arizona, the desert, Cali, Nevada, all those places. And everybody drives with some sense. You know, once I get outside, once I get over into Arkansas, I can relax. You know, you got to always kind of keep your head on a swivel and pay attention, but you know, my stress level wasn't up. I drove all the way to the Pacific Ocean. All the way to the Pacific Ocean on the dark side. I'll talk about that here in a moment. But to be honest with you, you guys know when I got nervous doing my whole trip, they driving like tonight is the annual purge and the annual purge is gonna commence. The point is, keep your head on the swivel. When you are approaching these intersections, especially intersections, intersections are the most dangerous places to be on a motorcycle. So when you are approaching the intersection, I don't care if the light is green, slow down, let off that throttle, because it might be a person that's coming towards you that might be sitting still, or they may be riding towards you, and the next thing you know, they turn out in front of you because they thinking you're gonna stop, and you're thinking you're gonna beat this light. I've seen it a million times. So I want everybody to be safe. All of you guys that's going to be coming out to Memphis, I don't care if you're riding Harleys, I don't care if you're riding Kawasaki's, I don't care if you're riding Gold Wings, crotch rockets, leader bikes, Can-Am Spiders, Royal Star Ventures, BMWs, Boulevards. It don't matter. I want everybody to be safe. Ride with eyes in the back of your head. I'm just being honest with you. That's why I got blind spot mirrors on my motorcycle, like this truck coming up behind me. I never turn around, but I see them back there. See, keep your head on a swivel, guys, and be really mindful of the last minute lane change. Man, they'll change lanes at the last second. Just at the last second, they'll change lanes. So be really careful on that. I'm being honest with you guys. You know, keep your head on a swivel. You know, these motorcycles are a magnet. They get a lot of attention. Pay attention to your surroundings. You know, especially when it gets dark. You know, that's one thing about me. You guys can say what you want to say. I don't really hang out at night. Maybe because I'm getting older. I don't care where I am. I don't really hang out at night. But the point is, keep your head on a swivel. Be cautious, be careful, watch these motorists. You know, I want everybody to be safe when they come down to Memphis to the roundup. I don't want to hear about any accidents and fatalities and people losing their lives. You know, it's common. It's common than you think, especially on these motorcycles. So be careful, guys. You know, I've ridden all across America, and I know how these people drive down here in this area. They drive rough, and that's why a lot of times you guys see me on the interstate, and then I'll have people that watch my videos, well, why are you always riding on the interstates? Because when you're riding on roads with a lot of intersections, you have a higher probability of somebody crossing your lane of traffic, causing an accident. At least on the interstate, I don't have to worry about cars crossing my lane of traffic. Now, I can't ride the interstate everywhere I go, but one thing about being on the interstate is that, especially on the open road, you know, I can kind of relax a little bit. You know, when you're on these side streets, these little, you know, these little slide streets with a lot of red lights, you know, you got to be careful, man. Cars popping out and switching lanes, and you know, you just got to be careful, man. So I've ridden a lot of miles on this Gold Wing. I got, what, 83,000? I've ridden this Gold Wing all the way to California just here recently on a car tire. For you guys that watch my videos and, you know, and you say things like, you know, it's not worth saving money to putting a car tire on your bike. Saving money on a car tire is just a byproduct of the other features that comes with dark-sided. I have a wider footprint. I have more grip on my tires. I can channel more water. I can stop faster. I have a heavier load rating. The tire lasts longer. It absorbs the bumps better. There are so many features of having, so many good features of having a car tire. Is why I run my car tire. You know, I even had a guy comment, well, your insurance company is not going to cover you. Well, my tire is DOT approved. That's all that's required. My tires are DOT approved for highway use. I got over 83,000 miles on this bike. 90% of those miles been on the car tire. I rode all the way out to the West Coast. I've been all over. Haven't had any problems on this car tire. I did the same trip, or almost did the same trip, 6,000 miles last year on the DCT on the car tire. You know, same trip. Added some things to it, like Colorado, you know, Utah. So when I hear you guys say, well, I wouldn't put a car tire on my bike. Well, you guys are not riding the miles that I'm riding. If I was riding 5,000 miles a year, I wouldn't put a car tire on my bike either. I have had zero issues with it up to this point. I put over 90% of the miles that's on this bike, which is 83,000 miles, has been on a car tire. No issues at all. Same on the DCT. Both, and let me say this. The same tires that I have on this bike now is the same tires that I went out west. The same tire that's on my DCT is the same tire that I took out west. Still have a lot of tread left. Over 6,000 miles on the 22 on that trip. Over 4,000 miles on the previous generation Honda Gold Wing. Didn't have no issues at all. Riding from coast to coast. So for you guys that always say, why are you always riding on the interstate? Less stress. You know, and that's the thing about making these videos. You know, you have to be mindful of your surroundings, and also you have to think about your thoughts, and you want to be safe doing so. It's easy for me to do that when I'm out on the highway, when I'm on the interstate. So just keep that in mind for you naysayers. But I want everybody to be safe. If you're going to be coming to Memphis doing the roundup, be safe, keep your head on a swivel. Be sure to just monitor the heat, because it's going to be hot, y'all. It's going to be hot. You know, you don't want to get heat exhaustion. You know, you start getting muscle cramps and you know, you're not sweating and, you know, excessive sweating rather. If you're not sweating, that's a bad thing. Now you're getting into heat stroke. One last thing, one of my viewers, they always ask me, will my alternator on this Gold Wing charge my lithium battery? I'm showing 100% on my battery. I don't know why people ask, will the alternator fully charge the lithium battery? I'm showing 100%. Can you guys see that? I'm showing 100%. I'm showing 14.5 volts on my lithium battery. Just to give you guys a quick review, I have not had any issues at all whatsoever. None, nada, zilch. You know, people want to give me other people horror stories. Well, this guy here had a problem with his lithium battery. I don't know the condition of his lithium battery. You know, I don't know his situation. Now, keep in mind, I'm still in the test phase. But I've had 0 issues up to this point. I'll keep you guys posted on what goes on with this lithium battery. If it's a problem, I'll let you guys know. Trust me. I have no cut cards. NOCO is not paying me. That's one thing about me. Majority of my accessories, I buy my own accessories, so I can give you guys an honest review. But right now, I'm showing 100% on my battery. So for you guys that ask me, can the alternator on a motorcycle charge the lithium battery? Where are you looking at it? I'm at 100%. I am at 100%. So I just want to put that out there to you guys. I know there's a lot of you that's been, you know, watching my videos. I don't get the opportunity to comment on everybody's comment. You know, a lot of times you guys may leave a comment and, you know, I may not realize it until later, and I'll go back and read some of your comments. So I try to answer the questions that are really important. You know, I can't answer everybody's question, but I try to answer the questions that are really important. So to the viewer that wants to know, will the alternator on a Gold Wing or on a motorcycle charge a lithium battery? The answer is yes. I'm showing 100%. And for the viewers that say that a regular charger should be able to charge a lithium battery, I have a mission for you. I want you to go out and get yourself a lithium battery, use your regular charger, and report back to me and let me know if you have a problem. You know, for you viewers that try to contradict everything I say, go out and buy a lithium battery and use a regular charger and see what happens and report back. But for me, I'm going to use my lithium charger that they recommend for the lithium battery, the LiFePO4 battery. So anyway, I'm just putting it out there, just rambling, y'all. But anyway, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I hope I answered your questions. If you have any questions that you guys want me to answer, be sure to put it down in the comment section below. But yes, the alternator on my Gold Wing charges the battery fully. There it is right there, showing 100%. Well, anyway, this is your boy Chris, out on the Gold Wing. Out on the Gold Wing, the most luxurious motorcycle in the world, the previous generation. And I will, as always, I will talk to you guys later. See ya.
Status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stove, but we ain't with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Made $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, you can't hold that. 12 asking better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Ooh, big dog, they come back to pound, so we big yeah.